Ku terbiasa tersenyum tenang walau selamanya mudah.
Udah nyampe. Bawah.
fish it out. For 7th, it was Mr. Kane's 9th psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time he gave like I really needed to reevaluate my stupid self. That's the spirit. Way to understand the exercise. I don't know about that. Can you not, like, skulk around my house? I miss him. Even when I'm with him, I see him. Does he see me as I see him? Does he see me as I see myself? Does he see me as I want him to? I screamed in agony. Dance around it. I've picked up the old key. What happens if I pick up the hall key?
You do before it's too late. The only way to save yourself is to banish the demon before you're too. Learn the demon's name. Burn the correct body.
These are all broken up, so I really don't want to do it.
This might be the end for me. This might be my last stand. Oh, there he is. Okay. I spy him. I spy him.
na, na.